We gotta wait. We don't know. Basically, that's what Jerome Powell just told us. Same. Gotta wait. Inflation is showing some softening. Inflation going down. Inflation is almost at the 2.1% we wanted at. We're almost at the target. However, wait. I don't know. Everybody asking the same question. When you gonna cut the rates, bro? So people can go get loans if that's what they want to do. To get loans at a fair rate. Wait, more waiting. So we gotta wait. We gotta wait to see what's gonna happen in September, guys. But pretty much knew that already, though. I knew that. I had an idea. My opinion was he was not going to cut rates today, guys. Why was you thinking that, Stock Sniper? Because one thing I know about watching Jerome Powell all these years is that whenever he's going to get ready to cut rates, he give us the heads up, bro. He give us the heads up. Go back and look at all the meetings. Go back and look at all of them. He always give us the heads up right before they get ready to do it. And we didn't get no heads up today. But the good thing is, he did not talk about, he didn't say uncertainty so many times. That's one thing I thought was kind of different. I'm gonna go back and look at it again because I was really doing three things at one time. But I didn't hear uncertainty a lot. Usually, ever since, way back since Biden came in, we've been hearing him say uncertainty a lot. I mean, I could 20 or 30 times easily that he would say uncertainty. But today, I only heard one time that he said uncertainty. So, in other words, we might be coming up out of this, guys. We might be coming up out of this, up out of that, you know. We might get interest rate cut soon. Hopefully, if not September, for sure by the first of the year, he should be cutting rates. A lot of people think he should do it right now. You know, Trump been, trying to get him to do it. He said Jerome Powell is always too late. And, he was the president of the United States, But, I've noticed these days, a lot of people don't, take the president's advice. The president's advice these days, it seems like it don't even matter. I remember back in the day, when Ronald Reagan talked, or Clinton, whatever they said was gold, was platinum. But these days, people are not really listening to the U.S. president. Now, Jerome Powell is the expert, right? At that, so maybe he know what he's doing. Maybe he got it under control. We will see. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I'm your host, the one and only Stock Sniper, and this is the 30th episode of The Walk Down. Yeah, I just got through running. Now I'm walking on this part of The Walk Down. I'm trying to get this over with real quick. Really fast. Yes, something else they said, which we already knew that guess what, guys? They're saying that Trump is probably going to pardon Diddy really soon. Yep, that's what they're saying. Now, if you agree with that or not, everybody got their own opinion. But if you really just think about it, he just got convicted of basically flying women in, Basically, he just was tricking. If you don't know what tricking is, it's like buying sex. Basically, that in simple terms, That's what they convicted him of. Yes, we seen the videos, but they didn't convict him of that. They convicted him of basically, like I said, tricking. You know, paying for sex, which is a crime, by the way. Don't do it. But basically, that's what, you know, his defense attorneys are saying, that, hey, he's just convicted of this. He shouldn't be in jail right now. So, like I said earlier, he's going to pay for a pardon. But he tried to do it, you know, through the court. But he knows that for Trump to give him that pardon, guys, he gonna have to pay for a lot of, he have to pay a lot of money to get that pardon. Joe Mama, why should they cut rates? Inflation just stabilized and the dollar isn't worth $1 at the moment. Do you know who is the biggest buyer of the Treasury bonds? I would like for you to tell me, but yes, I know. But I would like for you to tell me, do you know? But the President of the United States, which is our president, is saying that he need to cut the interest rates. That's what they're saying. You know, that's what they're saying. They're looking at the numbers. We don't have access to the deep down numbers. So, but the President of the United States saying that he has a whole lot of economists, you know, the people that get, you know, college degrees to do all that, that they're the ones saying that he is too late. He should do it already. My opinion is Jerome Powell pretty much knows what he's doing. Let's wait to see what's gonna happen. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. My opinion is Jerome Powell is the expert, and that he calls the shots. He knows about it more than anybody. But you know, the President of the United States is saying something else. He's trying to get him to cut those rates really, really, really bad. Real bad. Let's see. I asked first. My parents paid 18% back in '81 on their first mortgage. Jerome Powell is a numb digger. A lot of people ain't liking Jerome Powell right now, guys. A lot of people are really, really, really on Jerome Powell. But Joe Mama, it's easy to look up. All you gotta do is type it into Google. That's all you gotta do. Google gives you a whole lot of information. So if you don't know, all you gotta do is Google it. Just Google it. Google will tell you. Google will tell you who got all the Treasury bonds. Basically, it's really simple to figure out. But Google will give you a definite answer. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna give you 2 names, and you take the pick of who you think it is. My first pick is Russia. The second pick is China. The third pick is Africa. Now you should be able to figure it out, or Google it. Well, I mean, you asked me, you asked me who holds the Treasury bonds, and I just gave you multiple choice, A, B, or C. But if you don't know, all you gotta do is Google it. It's easy to find out information these days. Google it. But I just gave you 3 hints. I just gave you 3. Google it. Google it. Yeah, it's hot out here today. 100-degree heat. It's hot. But we still got to come out here and put the work in. Try the Federal Reserve. Pompardo Study Club in. Okay. Yeah, we got 42 people in the building. I appreciate y'all for joining me on this walk down. This is the second episode, season 2, episode 30 of the walk down. I come out here, I run 6 miles, and then I walk another 2. I cut the live on for the walk down, and we rock and roll. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. We got 7 people in the chat. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate all the intelligent people inside the chat that think they know it all. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Ignore my comments. I'm going to a different live. All right, Jason, appreciate you for joining me. Appreciate you. Holler at you later. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate your interaction. Well appreciated. You could be anywhere else, but you came to kick it with me, and I appreciate it. All right. We 12 minutes in, and we rocking and rolling. So how y'all doing today, chat? How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a great day. I hope y'all are having a great day. Knock, knock. Williamson. Knock, knock. So, Joe Mama, try the Federal Reserve. Okay, you tell me what is the job of the Federal Reserve? Seems like you're very intelligent. What is the job of the Federal Reserve? We got people that need to know. This is the education channel. I don't think I know it all. I got people in the chat that's way smarter than me. So I appreciate y'all coming in here and, you know, giving your knowledge. It's well appreciated. To prevent inflation. Bro, can you help me make a financial decision? You got to get a financial advisor for that. Only thing I can tell you is what I did. I made an earn, I spent less, and I made proper investments. And I started with the companies that I know, like, and trust. Simple instructions. You ain't gotta be the smartest guy in the world. You don't. And long term, that's what you gotta do. Most of us have jobs. So the next thing is living like the Joneses. Cut your spending down. That's what I did. I made an earn, I spent less, and I made some investments. And guess what? I'm retired at 50 years old, guys. Simple. It ain't hard. You ain't gotta be a Jerome Powell. You don't have to be you don't have to have a PhD. You don't have to have none of these things. You just gotta have a mind. You got to be disciplined, and you got to understand what to invest in. And the easiest thing to invest in is the things you already know, like, and trust, and hold it long term. Like right now, we on Google. Right now, we on Google. We on YouTube, which Google owns YouTube. It's real. That's you know, we know Google, we know YouTube. We like the product, as an example. You know, that's where you would start at. Just a lot of discipline, that's all. Get up and go to work. Find something you love to do on the job, though. Find you a skill that you love to do. You get good at it, and then you make you a good earn. You spend less as possible, and then you make the proper investments. And make sure you have you an emergency fund. Emergency fund is very, very important. Why, Stock Sniper? It's very, very important, just in case something happens, and you won't have to make the mistake that I made when I was in my I was in my 20s. Yeah, you wouldn't have to make the bad mistake I made. So you got to make sure you have you an emergency fund, just in case of an emergency come up. Because you know some people, you know, like to put all their eggs in one basket. Well, Stock Sniper, what was your biggest mistake? Well, I'm glad you asked. My biggest mistake was when I was a lot younger. I thought I knew it all, right? I thought I had a PhD in finance. I thought I was, you know, all this in the bag of chips, you know? We all know people that think they know it all, right? So yeah, I was one of those type of guys when I was younger. And what I did was, I started investing in a company called Netflix, along with my other investments. And you know, I kept on buying Netflix. I kept on buying. I built myself up to a nice amount of shares, right? But what I didn't do is I didn't have an emergency fund. In other words, I put everything into the stock market. I didn't listen to the advice. I didn't listen to what my grandpa told me. I didn't listen to what my mama told me. I didn't listen to none of those things. And I put all my eggs in one basket. And guess what happened? Life hit. That's what happened. And when life hit, and it was a major emergency, guess what I had to do, guys? Because I didn't have an emergency fund. I had to go into my portfolio, and I had to make a decision on what company I was going to sell. Okay, step one. Some of the companies that is in the portfolio was passed down to me from my grandpa. Some of the shares in my portfolio was purchased for me by my mama, because when I was young, my mama didn't buy me Jordans. She didn't buy me a figure. She didn't buy me polo. She bought me stocks for my birthday and Christmas. So some of those companies was in my portfolio, and the least one that I thought, see, Netflix was a company that I bought because at that time, Netflix was just, you go onto the website and you just watch movies that you watch the movies, the older movies. See, back then, Netflix had just started. Netflix was nothing like it is today. So I went through, I said, man, I got to sell something, right? Because I had all my eggs in one basket. Well, I knew I couldn't sell, the stuff that was already handed down. I had to pick something that I really didn't have that much of a faith in, which was Netflix, guys. And guess what I did? To take care of the emergency, I sold all my shares of Netflix, bro. That was the biggest mistake I ever made in my whole investing career. I sold my Netflix shares. If I would have held on to those shares, Netflix is over $1,000 a share right now. Remember I said I bought them Netflix, I bought those shares when I was young. So I started buying Netflix when Netflix was about $50-something a share. I was dollar cost averaging in, just buying. And I had stacked up a few shares, over 100. But like I said, I didn't have no emergency fund. I had all my eggs in one basket, and life happened, and I had to make a decision on which one I was gonna sell, and I chose Netflix. Now look, that's why I say, if you're gonna start investing, the best, you wanna have an emergency fund. You wanna have an emergency fund, especially if you're young. See, when I did that, I was young. I was a younger guy. And hey, things happens. So, best thing for you to do, get you a financial advisor. But you know, as long as you making money and you spending less and you taking the rest and you investing in the companies that you know, like, and trust, and then learn, educate yourself. With Google, it's easy to educate yourself and just rock with it like that. But see, when you invest into the companies that you already know, like, and trust, 50% of the work is already done. All you have to do then is start dollar cost averaging in, and then start educating yourself, getting around the proper people, the proper circle, the proper investors, the proper traders. And with the internet, and with the internet and with YouTube, and with these different type of environments of investors, that's how you learn. And you get, and like chats like this, where you get smart people. See, me, I don't think I know it all. So I like when it's people that come into the chat and tell me things. That way I write it down, and then I go back over it and I put it inside of my mental. I learn. See, I don't think I know it all, guys. I'm not one of them type of content creators that think I know it all, because I don't. And I don't want to know it all, because the way my grandpa taught me is to keep it simple. Invest in what you know, like, and trust. Participate in your company's 401k plan and rock with it. And stay diversified. Diversify. Because a lot of times you can be in the red, but if you got it diversified, then you got other things that can, recoup from what's red. But then you got to go long term. You got to plan for 15 years, 25 years, or have the mindset like me. It ain't for me. It's for my grandkids. That's how it works. My grandfather, guys, that's who basically introduced me into investing, right? The guy only had a 3rd grade education, guys. So you ain't got to be that smart, bro. You ain't got to be the sharpest tool in the toolbox to go from nothing to something. You just got to stick to the plan. You got to stick to the plan, and you got to realize it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, which is the purpose of the walk down. It's a marathon, guys. Once you understand that, and understand that once you understand that, you got to teach it to your family. You got to teach it to other people. Yeah, whatever you learn, you got to share with the world. You got to share with your kids and grandkids. Like how my grandpa and my mama them shared the things with me. That's how you got to do it, guys. My grandfather only had, a 2nd or 3rd grade education, bro. But he knew how to make money. He knew how to save money, and he knew how to invest. He knew how to not get no loans. He knew how to pay for stuff cash, right? He understood of leaving stuff for his kids and grandkids. He understood that. And you ain't got to be a doctor to understand that, guys. I learned that at an early age. My grandpa only had a third grade education, a second or third grade education, but he knew how to he knew how to work, and he knew how to save money. And then when he did spend, he made sure that his house was paid for cash. He made sure his car was paid for cash, and more importantly, he made sure that everybody had life insurance, and he made sure that we all understood that process. We all understood it, and we all knew it. And he made sure that if we didn't know how to do nothing else, we knew how to earn, we knew how to act broke, and we knew how to invest in things. That's what we do know. And at the end of the day, that's all it takes. It's not that difficult, guys. The difficult thing is staying down till you come up. That is the difficult thing, is to stay down till you come up. If you are patient, you're not anxious, and you understand making a proper earn, spending less, and making proper investments, and investments that you know, like, and trust, like the stuff that you use every day, your Apple phone, Google. As long as you know where I'm going, etc., etc., etc. Once you understand that, you're halfway there. But every single day, joining me, I am your host. This is the Walk Down. This is season 2 of the Walk Down. And what you do on the Walk Down, Stock Sniper, I run 6 miles a day, and then I come back and I connect with the people, and I exercise even more. Life is a marathon, and it's not a sprint. And we talk about health, wealth, sports, life, and we help each other out inside the chat. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I love and I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. I'm just doing my thing. So with that being said, well, it's only 30 minutes. I still got time, guys. I ain't gonna go yet. Let me read the chat. That's so much truth, my friend. You got it. Hi from Ireland. Hey, what's up, Ireland? Things, write it down. Right, correct. I got twin. I'll be there in 25. You need some Henny. No, I don't. I don't need no Henny, man. Oh, no. The Don, what's happening to Don? Glad you in here. I missed you yesterday, the Don. I go home. Where's Jonathan Davis? I don't see my boy Jonathan Davis. But the Don, you wasn't here yesterday, so I got to say this right now. I've been thinking the Don, and what I'm going to do, the Don, as we get this going, because you in here every single day. You like it, you promote the channel, and you do everything. Basically you've been helping the channel grow. You and Jonathan Davis are my 2 top moderators. Y'all in here every single day. Y'all interacting with the people. Y'all helping me out. And what I was saying yesterday is my plans are, I know the Cash App giveaway is coming up. That's another thing, guys. August the 15th is my birthday. I'm doing Cash App giveaway. Jonathan Davis and the Don, they automatically getting it. But what I was saying, the Don, is as the channel grows, that I'm gonna start paying you and Jonathan for being the great moderators that y'all are. I'm gonna start paying y'all. We're gonna have to talk to see how we really gonna do this. But once a month, I wanna give you and Jonathan Davis money. for what y'all do. Y'all been rocking with me since 200 subscribers, a year and a half, doing what we do. Y'all promote the channel. Like, share, subscribe, every live, all the time. And bro, I got to do more than just give y'all a Cash App giveaway here and there. I got to make it stand out. I got to do what other content creators don't do. I don't see content creators actually putting their moderators on the payroll. That's what you missed yesterday, Don. I'm about to put the moderators on the payroll. My two best moderators, the Don and Jonathan Davis, is going on the payroll. Cause I love and I appreciate y'all, bro. Y'all been rocking with me. Y'all always, cause when you say like, share, and subscribe, that's promoting the channel. That's not only promoting the channel, but that's helping other people. Because the people that come on this channel, it's some smart people that be in here, bro. It's some smart people that can give good information, right? And that can help somebody. Not only help me, but help other people to put themselves in the position for them and their families to succeed in 2025 and beyond. So you ain't only helping me, you're helping other people, and you're promoting the channel. And I really, really appreciate y'all, man. So I'm doing the unthinkable. I'm doing what I don't see no content creator do. They don't put their good moderators that promote their merch, promote their channel every single time they go live. I don't see nobody doing that. So a light bulb went off in my head. So I made the decision. So I'm giving you the heads up. You and Jonathan Davis, the heads up right now. I'm going, y'all too? Yeah. I got to start paying y'all, bro. I got to start doing that. So I'm gonna wait till the channel grow a little bit more, and we're gonna talk about the discussions, you know what I'm saying, offline. But I had to say it on here, you know, because that's how we communicate. And I got to, because I don't like the fact, because this what happened. I go to other, I watch channels too, right? And I see a lot of YouTube content creators, they disrespect the moderators, right? The moderators come in, like, share, subscribe. They'll put up their people's cash out. They'll promote, you know, if they selling something. Basically, they promoting. And then they turn around and they treat them bad. They talk to them bad. Some YouTubers and content creators, you have to pay money to be a moderator. Like, that don't make no sense to me. So I was like, man, they do their moderators bad, bro. And I'm not gonna do that. Especially if you come in here all the time, every time I'm live, you write in the comment section, taking time away from your kids or whatever you got going on, or taking time from just watching to say, hey, y'all, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, this person is being disrespectful to the chat. He gotta go. That's a work. That's a job. So I'm gonna do something that we don't see nobody do on this internet. I ain't never seen not one of these YouTubers, ever. I ain't talking about no Cash App giveaway. I'm talking about putting them on the payroll. It's a difference. So that's what I got for y'all too. That's what I got. That's what I was saying yesterday, and y'all didn't come in yesterday, so y'all here today. Yeah, and that's what I got. So I'm gonna say what I said yesterday. Content creators, YouTubers, especially the ones that got a whole lot of, especially the ones that have a lot of people. You gotta treat your people better. You gotta treat your people better, bro. Because the people is what make your channel. I see content creators talk crazy to the people in the chat. You never know who's in your chat. You never know who's commenting in your chat. It might be somebody that can finance your whole business or what you got going on. You don't know who's commenting. You don't look at the people that's commenting. You don't look at them like nobodies. You don't talk to them crazy. You don't do that. You do it with respect. You treat them like how you want to be treated. But it's so many times that dudes get all this clout, as you call it, and they let that clout go to their head, bro. They act like somebody that ain't never had nothing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a YouTube content creator, think about what I'm saying, man. We gotta start treating these people really, really good. Really, really well. Especially the ones that just come in and give their opinion. They come in and they give their opinion, and that's how you want people that's gonna give you an opinion. You want that. You want people on your chat that's smart. I want people in my chat that's smarter than me, bro. I want people that's smart. Because guess what? Why do you want that, Stock Sniper? It's because if there's a lot of smart people inside of my chat and they're telling me things that can help me grow, that can help me and my family, my kids and my grandkids, future, guess what? That's who I need. That's who I want in my chat. A bunch of smart people. And that's what we got over here. That's what we got. A whole lot of smart, intelligent people that know a lot of things. That can give you a stock play. That can tell you a good company that they are invested in right now. All you gotta do is go put the work in. See, that's the kind of chat I want this to be. I want this chat to be kind of like some of these trading rooms. Well, you know, in some of these trading rooms, they might have 3,000 traders, 2,000 traders, right? And people are giving you a nugget. Look, I bought this in such and such company. I think you need to go look it out. Look at it. And you go take that, they chunk you a bone, as I call it. They give you a play. They give you a good company that you can invest in. They give you some good information about other different type of investments. And you take it and you rock with it. You go check it out to see what's going on. If you like it, you pull the trigger. If you don't, okay, thank you for the advice, you know, and you don't do it. That's what I want this chat to be. Some people that's in here that's giving great information. Crypto too, great information. Great information. A guy gave me a crypto play. When was that? Last year. I got in, I jumped in, pulled the trigger, boom, and got out the next day. I never heard of the crypto before in my life. But he gave it to me, and I looked at it. I liked how it looked. I liked what it was talking about. I jumped in and jumped out and went on by my way. And guess what? I haven't seen him in his chat no more. He came in here one day and told me, not just me, everybody else that was in the chat, something I never heard of. I say, man, I never heard of that one before. And guess what I did? I went and pulled it up and got in and out, just like that. No, that wasn't Dogecoin. There's another one. But no, it wasn't the Dogecoin. It was another one. It was, I don't know, yeah, you probably was it. I can't think of his name, the Don. That was last year. That was last year. The guy came in and he threw out a crypto. I had never heard of it before. I went straight to Coinbase and I looked it up and I did about a 15-minute research. I pulled the trigger, and then the next day I sold it. Ethereum. No, it wasn't Ethereum. Another one was Lithium. I remember who that was. That was Whatever Skunk. Whatever Skunk came in and told me about a stock called Lithium. I thought Whatever Skunk was talking about a crypto. but it's a stock called Ethereum. Whatever skunk came in the chat talking about that. I did the same exact thing. So we got to start valuing the people in the comment section on YouTube, bro. I got to start valuing the people, because you never know who might be in your comment section. You never know. It could be somebody watching you, like right now. It could be somebody in this comment section that see I come out here every single day and run, every single day and walk, and every single day I try to help somebody. It could be somebody in this comment section right now that say, hey, and they might not even comment. They could be watching from a distance and checking me out every single day and say, hey, he's consistent, and find out the good qualities that they like about me. It could be a billionaire can say, hey, I got something for you, Stock Sniper. I like what you got going on. I want to hire you to do this, that, and the third. I want to collab with you, Stock Sniper, because I see you consistent. I see you into wealth. I see you into health. I see you run 6 miles a day. I see you into marathons, whatever the case may be. I see you into health. And guess what? I've been watching you for a year straight, bro. And I want you on my team. That's what I'm saying. You never know who might be watching you on this internet, YouTubers. You got to think outside of the box. You got to think outside of the box. I see some YouTubers, they think that people comment in their comment section, they think that the people that's in the comment section ain't got nothing on their grandma in their mama's basement. You know, they think that these people that's commenting really are nobody. I know a lot of people in here have witnessed that before, what I'm talking about. I know a lot of people have witnessed this before, that you make a comment in somebody's comment section, you're respectable, but you just don't agree with what they talking about and what they do. Some of them talk bad to you. Some of them cuss you out. Some of them take your wrench. You know what I'm saying? It just, and when I see that, I say a light bulb went off. I say, you know what? I got a couple of good moderators, good people that promote my channel every single day. And they always in here. If they don't come in here today, they'll be here tomorrow doing the same old. That's why I say, man, you know what? I have to start blessing them every month. The more the channel grow, I gotta bless them every single month. I'm lying. I know one YouTuber that do that. His name is Anton Daniels. Anybody know Anton Daniels? He actually pays. He break bread with the people. Not giving a cash app giveaway. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when he get that bag from the getting paid on YouTube or whatever business endeavors that he got, he bust the bag down with his team, which is the moderators, the people that come on the panel every day. That's the only guy on YouTube that I have seen that bust the bag down with the team. And guess what? If somebody is promoting your channel, like, share, subscribe, promoting your book, promoting your merch, guess what? They're part of your team, bro. They're a part of the team. That's why YouTubers, you got to take this serious. You got to take it like it's a business. You have to. And if once you look at it like it's a business, then you'll start understanding that you got to take care of your team. And trust me, the moderators are part of your team, especially the ones that's helping you build from zero, from 200 to 100. And now you got 10,000 subscribers. Now you got 20,000 subscribers. Now you got 5,000 subscribers. Now you got 3,000 subscribers. And they've been going like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe this whole time. Bro, that's a part of your team. And it should show you that they are down with the program. They are down with what you got going on. So I've been learning a lot on this YouTube. You know, I've been learning a lot. You know what I'm saying? And what I notice is a lot of these content creators, they don't, once they start growing, they forget where they come from. They act like they ain't never had nothing. Yeah, that's how they act. You know, people that act like they ain't never had nothing, like you could be, y'all could be broke together, right? And that person is looking out for you, looking out for you, looking out for you. All of a sudden, one of the people just automatically gets some instant gratification, automatically come up, as we call it, and then forget about everybody that was with them. Acting like somebody that never had nothing. Oh, I don't know you no more. Talk to you bad, cuss you out, kick you out the house. That's how I look at when you got good moderators and then you want to take their wrench for certain things. That's just like somebody been looking out for you all this time, and then you come up, now you want to kick them out and kick them to the curb. That's wrong. Somebody that's gonna help you build the business, and all of a sudden you done hit it big, now you kicking them out. And they ain't never did nothing wrong to you, but help you grow. That's right. So that's, hey, what's up, Jonathan Davis? I'm just now looking at the comment section. No loyalty, that's right. True facts. Peter, what? Shout out to Germany. Greetings from Germany. Shout out to Germany. Agreed. Please. Hello, Muhammad, how you doing? Man, appreciate you for joining me. The mosquitoes getting bad, guys. Stop and get a job, no hate. Alexander, I am at work, bro. I'm at work. Don't you know? Training for a marathon is work. Don't you know that? It is 4:30 in the evening where I'm at. Alexander. Don't you know I'm at work right now, bro? I'm at work right now. I'm training for a marathon. Right now as we speak. What marathon are you training for, Stock Sniper? I'm training for the Chevron Marathon. January 2026. So yes, I'm at work right now. And if you're talking about like a 9 to 5, guess what, Alexander? I'm retired, bro. Yeah, I'm retired. In other words, I already put the work in. You know, I'm retired, bro. I might sound and look young, but I'm really an old man. I'm old, bro. And I'm retired. Yep. I did my 25 summers. Yep. So Alexander, that was a good question though, bro. That was a good question. I'm retired, bro. Already did the 9 to 5. I put my work in already. I'm retired. Hey, you retired, Stock Sniper? I made a good earn. I spent less like my grandpa taught me, and I made proper investments. That's what I did. And also, I had proper investments handed down to me. Yeah. So if you was in the live earlier, I kind of explained that to somebody that made a comment. I kind of explained. So what you do is you make an earn, you spend less, you make proper investments, and then you hold it long term with the idea of passing it down to your kids and grandkids. So like if my grandpa and my mama and my daddy didn't leave us stocks, didn't leave us real estate, didn't leave us different type of things, I would have to start from zero. That means that I would have to start, because some people didn't have it like that. Some people, parents ain't leave them nothing. So I would have to start, and I have to earn, spend less, and make proper investments. But then I want to leave it to my kid, because I want my kid to live a better life than what I lived. Just so happens I was blessed to have a grandfather and the mama and the parents that I had to do the work and then leave stuff, which is called tangible assets, to pass down to their kids and grandkids. That's why I always talk about earn, spend less, and invest long term with the mindset of leaving it to your kids and grandkids. That's where I get that from, guys. So, but don't worry. If your parents didn't leave you nothing, if your parents didn't give you no knowledge about investing, no knowledge about spending less, so you start there. You don't live like the Joneses. You start from nothing. You make or earn. You save it all. You invest. And you keep it doing. You keep doing that every week, every month, every year. Year after year after year. Next thing you know, 10 years pass by, and you see the benefits of your investments. That's how it works. And if you're starting in 2025, guess what? You are 1,000% ahead of the game. There's no reason. Listen to what I'm about to say. Listen to the OG. There's no reason in 2025 that nobody shouldn't be investing, bro. Why, Stock Sniper? Because we got Google. We got we got a phone in our hand that's basically a computer with a wealth of information where you can educate yourself. You can download a broker, right? And you can start buying stocks, the companies that we know, like, and trust. It's times that I have bought stocks right here on this track. So in other words, you got the information in your hand. You got the tools. All you got to do is change your mind and pull the trigger and put the work in. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And it don't take much. Start with 1 share, 2 shares, 3 shares, every 2 weeks, every month, how you want to do it. And then like if you start right now, Stock Sniper, I don't own not 1 share of stock. I get paid on Friday. Okay, download one of these apps. Look at the companies that you know, like, and trust. Or look into one of these ETFs, like SPY, VOO. There you go. Start right there with 1 share, whatever you can afford. And then by this time next year, if you do that every single week, you buy 5 shares on a simple basis. You buy 5 shares in 1 month, and that's really small. You buy 5 shares in 1 month of an ETF, and you do that from August to next August. You would have 60 shares. Now just think, if you like AI, artificial intelligence. We got some good AI companies out there. Everybody knows about NVIDIA. If you have an up-to-date computer, if you play games or you're gaming, those products are in your gaming system and they are in your computer system. NVIDIA, right? Now just think, you buy every week where NVIDIA is about to be $200. But just think every month, you buy 5 shares of NVIDIA, and you do that every month for a year. You got 60 shares of NVIDIA. Guess what, guys? NVIDIA is the leader in AI. As an example, And then this time next year, you look and you evaluate. But you have a goal. My goal, it ain't for me, it's for my kids and my grandkids. With that type of mindset, guess what? You're not gonna be worrying about nothing because you're in it for the long term. All you gotta do is keep educating yourself, keep learning things, learning about the interest rates, as an example, learning about inflation, learning about how to read an earnings report. NVIDIA is about to have its earnings. Earnings season is every 3 months, every quarter, right? You learn about earnings report. You learn how to read it with a simple a simple Google search. You look at the earnings report, right? You look at the data. If you don't understand something, you Google it. The phone is the best tool, bro. We got Apple phones and all this type of stuff. We basically got a computer in our hand. Some of us got 2 phones. Like I just said, earnings report. You could be on your other phone, putting into Google an example of an earnings report, right? With the AI inside of Google, it's gonna tell you what it is. You write it down, you read it over and over and over and over again until you understand it, and then you explain it, and well, a 6th grader can understand it. And then it's a lot of layers to the stocks market though, but it's simple at the same time. In other words, you don't want to overwhelm yourself with all these different terminologies and all these different sayings. You know, you want to keep it as simple as you can. That's how it works. Well, Stock Sniper, man, that stuff is just too much. Bro, you already got 50% of it down. How, Stock Sniper? Because you're using the products. Amazon. Everybody uses Amazon. Everybody uses Netflix. Just don't make the mistake that I did. What was your mistake, Stock Sniper? I sold it and I wasn't supposed to. But make sure you have an emergency fund. Make sure of that. But then, you know, that's how you want to do it.
No, you don't.
That's how you want to do it. I just gave you the basic steps on how to go and how to rock and roll. And if you 20 or 25 or even 30, bro, don't y'all realize what we got to realize, guys? With the development of the internet, we got Bitcoin, we got crypto. There's a lot of guys that's 18, 19, 20 years old and got sitting on a lot of crypto. Like the guy that told me a while ago, go get a job. Bro, don't you know that there's a lot of people that's sitting on a lot of Bitcoin that's actually retired. That's why you see a lot of people in the park. That's why you see a lot of people in the park running in the middle of the day. Stock Sniper, I heard somebody ask me, Stock Sniper, why are you not at work? Why are you not at work? I don't get offended because I used to ask that question too. Why do I see people out at work in the middle of the day? That's what I thought many years ago at the chart. At the chart. In 2020. Go look at Bitcoin in 2019. Go look at Bitcoin in 2018. And then look at it right now. And you'll see your answer. Why people are not working and you are in the middle of the day. It's because they made investments. That's all it is to it. The question is, how can you get in the game? That's the big question. How can I get in a position where I can do what I want to do in the middle of the day? If I want to be on YouTube all day, I can. How can I be that? See, you got to ask the right questions. Don't ask why I'm not at work. Ask, what did you do to be able to put yourself in that position? And guess what? I will definitely tell you. I will definitely tell you. straight up. But I just told you right now, it's kids, 18, 19, 20 years old, 21, 22, that are millionaires right now, that's walking around, living their best life. Why, Stock Sniper? Because they invested in Bitcoin way back when. I just told you. So if y'all want to know why I be in this park all the time, and you say, go get a job, and I say, already put the work in, it's not hard to figure out. It's not. Your question should be, what can I do to get like that? That's your question. I want to be able to do that. A lot of people be upset because people be on YouTube and they not at work. Well, but you got to understand, bro, a lot of people made investments. A lot of people took their stimulus check and bought investments. You know, everybody didn't take their stimulus check and spend it at the club. Everybody didn't take their stimulus check and bought designer clothes. Everybody didn't do that, bro. I'm sorry. Everybody didn't do that. Everybody didn't take their stimulus check. Everybody didn't take their stimulus check and went tricking on them girls on Instagram. Everybody didn't do that, bro. Everybody didn't take their stimulus check and went bought nothing but cigarettes and liquor and balling in the club, drinking Henny, like somebody told me earlier. No, thank you. Everybody didn't do that, bro. Everybody didn't go to their favorite football team game and spun up all the money and bought season tickets and try to live like a rapper. Everybody didn't do that, bro. Some people actually did the right thing. Some people actually did what they supposed to have did. And that's what it is. Can't be mad because you see somebody 22 years old driving a Lambo. You can't get mad if you see an 18-year-old kid driving a Maybach. You can't be mad. He just was at the right place at the right time. He just was right around the right people. That's how it go. Sometimes you just got to be at the right place at the right time, and you got to be around the right people. That's why your circle is very important. Your circle is very important. So, because check this out, guys. If you had a circle about 3 or 4 people, everybody, your circle, everybody are investors. Everybody buy Bitcoin. Everybody buy Ethereum. You know, and they showing you on their phone what they got going on. And they telling you, man, you need to download Robinhood, bro. And man, go and buy you some of this crypto. Download Coinbase, buy you some of this crypto, download Webull, you know what I'm saying, and get you some of this crypto or whatever the case may be. Download it, get you some of this crypto and sit on it. See, it's about the circle that you're around, bro. That's why you gotta watch your circle. Just think that if you got a circle and nobody in your circle is talking like that, bro. Imagine that for a second. You got a circle of people that you with and nobody's talking about investing. Nobody's talking about world events. Nobody's talking about what's going on in America. Nobody's talking about what's going on in the world. All they talking about is what's going on YouTube. All they talking about is what's going on the club. All they talking about is what's going on MLK. Guess what? You're in the wrong circle. If you in a circle that all they're talking about is Instagram thoughts, if you in a circle, all they talking about is what's going on MLK. All they talking about what's going on at the strip club. All they're talking about is mess and gossip. Who's fighting? If you're in a circle that's talking about that, listen to the OG. You in the wrong circle. That's why you're not out here in the middle of the day spreading the word to the people. That's why you're not out here doing that. It ain't my fault. You in the wrong circle. So I'm telling you right now, You got to put yourself in the right place, the right circle. Sometimes, well, Stock Sniper, I don't have a circle. Well, whoever you following on YouTube, whoever you following on Instagram, whoever you following on TikTok, that's your circle. And if you following somebody on these social media platforms, all they do is talk about what's going on MLK, mess and gossip, going to the club, what blunt they gonna smoke, what else? What liquor they gonna drink, this, that, and the third. You are watching the wrong people. That's all I'm saying. So that's your question. That's your answer to the question. All you gotta do is think. It's called thinking outside of the box. It's called expanding your your memory. You gotta expand it. Your attention span. You gotta expand it. You know, you gotta understand that they want you thinking only in 30 or 1 minute increments. However long those shorts are. They want you right there. They don't want you to watch the whole live. They only want you to watch the first 2 minutes of it and click off and go somewhere else. Yeah, that's what they want. That's what they want, guys. I'm here to tell you. They don't want you listening to the Stock Sniper. They don't want you taking notes. They don't want you thinking. They don't want you listening to this video and then actually thinking about it, and then go to Google and put some work in and change the way you think, because that's all it takes. That's the hard part, guys. Changing the way you think. Once you change the way you think, I say this all the time. When I changed the way that I thought, my whole life changed, bro. If I'd have kept thinking about them Instagram models, if I'd have kept thinking about those bottles at the club, if I'd have kept thinking about tricking off them hoes in the butt naked, if I'd have been thinking about all those things, guess what? I wouldn't be out here right now. I wouldn't be retired. I wouldn't have the investments that I got. And the investments that was handed down to me, I probably would have sold them all and tricked it off with some broad, or tricked it off all on liquor at the club or something like that, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. But because I changed my mind, It all starts with the renewing. You got to renew your mind. In other words, like I'm going straight right now, I got to realize I'm going the wrong way. And guess what I got to do? I got to do a about face and go the other way. That's what I got to do. And guess what else I got to do? I got to put myself around the right people, bro. I got to put myself around the right people. And thank God for the internet. Thank God for the internet. Because guess what? If you have to cut off everybody that you socialize with, guess what? To get into the right circle, you can come on this internet and dibble and jab and meet the right people that put you in the right circle, that you can accomplish all the things that I'm talking about. And then somebody will be asking you, somebody will be telling you, go get a job. Why you ain't at work? Why you on YouTube? Why you not on a job? Then you can tell them the reasons why. Because why? Because you already put the work in. And then you can tell them, bro, you got to put yourself in the right circle so you can do the same thing. Or whatever else you love to do. Some people love playing golf. Look, they got guys over here in the middle of the day playing golf. Wait till we get over here to the other side. We got guys, look, guys out here playing golf, bro. Out here playing golf in the middle of the day. They not on YouTube. They out playing golf, having fun. Whatever you like to do. Some people like hanging out at the Galleria all day. Some people like hanging out at the zoo. Whatever you like to do. It's about what you like to do, what you want to do. I know what I don't want to do. I don't want to be on a job that I don't like. Guess what that does? That causes mental illness, bro. That's why I always say, you got to find something that you love to do, and you got to master it. I love coming out here exercising. I love doing this walk down. I love coming on YouTube and telling people what I've learned in my 50 plus years. Not only, and then what's so cool about it, it's not only my 50 years, I got over 150 years worth of knowledge inside of me. Why, Stock Sniper? Because my great-grandfather that's on my office wall, my great-grandfather knowledge, my grandfather's knowledge, my mama's knowledge, my daddy's knowledge, over 150 years worth, bro, of knowledge that I get on this internet and I tell it to people. Why? Because I realize that a lot of people are not raised the way I was raised, and a lot of people are not really comprehending, and then they think it's too much. But then that's why I say, my grandfather had a 3rd grade education, bro. And look. My grandfather had a 3rd grade education, but guess what? He didn't have no credit card debt. He owned his house outright. He owned his car outright. He had investments, stocks, gold, silver. That's the thing. Everybody's success looks different, bro. And guess what happened? Whenever my grandfather passed, guess what he did? My great-grandfather, then my grandfather. Guess what? It goes to the next generation, bro. That's how it works. And guess what? With the development of the internet and the development of what's going on, I'm able to keep it going. Why? Because all these videos and everything that I put down, guess what's going to happen? Thank God for Google and YouTube. My grandkids are able to watch all these videos and all this stuff that I'm saying. And all y'all that comment great things, guess what? That's why I love my chat so much, because I got grandkids that watches this and can learn and take notes. See, the internet, bro, the internet, god dang. The internet, the .com bubble and all that, do y'all understand why the internet was made? When the internet first came out, right? The internet was made for what? Learning and teaching. Man, mosquitoes tearing me up, bro. The internet was made for learning and teaching. And then they came up with the chat rooms. Then they came up with MySpace and all that a little bit later. But the internet was built for educational purposes, bro. To teach and learn. And guess what? That's what I use it for. And I thank God for the internet. Because now, these videos that I make, and this is for any content creator. That's why I watch what I say, I watch what I do. Because I got my grandkids in mind. Guess what? My grandkids will be able to learn from whatever I put on this internet. They'll be able to see me putting the work in. They see, and it's a learning tool on what to be and what not to be. That's all it is to it, guys. All it is to it. That's why I love YouTube. I love it. And guess what? As long as I do what I do, and as long as the great people come in and we keep it going, I got a 15-year plan with YouTube, guys. 15 years. Think about that for a second. 15 years. Hopefully God wake me up every single day and I'll still be doing this. If I'm able to keep on exercising and running in these marathons, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna push out all the information, 150 plus years of information that I got in my head and what I've learned from other people in the comment section. Because guess what? You put the old school game with the new school game and you come out really, 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 really on top. And guess what I'm gonna do? Y'all already know I talk a lot. I'm gonna tell it to everybody. So I learned from the new kids. I learned from the youngsters. I got a youngster in my circle. Well, I'm in his circle. He's 21 years old. He trades $1 million worth every single day. He trades millions every day. He's 21 years old right now. I met him when he was 19. He's 21 now. And guess what? Guess what he do? He earns. He spends less, and he makes proper investments. And each trade he make is $1 million trade every morning. Every single morning. Yes. And I met him when he was 19, and he was doing the same thing. So I say, well, bro, you might say, well, man, how is this kid able to do that? It's because the same structure, what I'm talking about. See, it's different levels to this. The same structure as what I'm talking about with my grandpa and my great-grandpa and my mama, that's the same structure he had, but on another level. The same structure that he had. His daddy, a hedge fund manager. His mama, a hedge fund manager. So automatically, long as he do what? Listen to what his parents tell him to do. Learn, right? Guess what? Soon as he was able enough to open up a brokerage account, he went to work. Just like that. So that's what we got to get out of it. We got to learn. We got to teach. And then we got to pass it to the kids and grandkids. That's what we got to do. But of course, he's an extraordinary kid. I ain't gonna lie. He's very extraordinary. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is. I got to give it to him. He's a bad youngster. 22 years old. He bad to the bone. Yeah, he's right there. But sometimes it's the circle that you in, bro. It's the circle that you in. Your circle is very, very important. Who you hang around, who you listening to, who raised you. That is your circle, right? And if everybody in your circle is worrying about the strip club, worrying about Hennessy, worrying about Instagram models, worrying about marijuana, worrying about fentanyl, as they call it, fentanyl, and they worrying about, in other words, they worrying about the things that don't matter, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna worry about the things that don't matter too, right? Only way you can break that cycle is you gotta change your circle. I love y'all, bro, you know, and y'all ain't did me nothing wrong, but I'm trying to go into a whole nother direction. Once you make that decision, guess what? The rest of it is easy work. The rest of it is easy work. Because then all you got to do is find something you love to do and master it to your best of your ability and make the proper investments and put the work in and take it day by day. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Look, these guys out here playing golf in the middle of the day. The guy that asked me, go get a job, why you on YouTube, go get a job, look at this. Look at this. This why. Look at this. The question is, what is going on with these guys? Why they not at work? You wondering why I'm not at work? Think about it on a bigger level. You got people like this, bro, that's out here chilling. Let's think about it. The work is already put in. The work is already done.